On the show today, welcome to the finale episode of the Tara Sharma Show Season 5. The guests have been incredible. It's truly superseded all my expectations.
See, everyone works really hard, but you should work hard in the right direction and stay out of trouble.
It takes a lot of us time to understand and value that being different is good.
For me, it's having fun. If it's not enjoyable, then you're in the wrong profession.
To create that atmosphere where everybody can say what they want is very important.
Family to me is the most important thing.
Absolutely.
I had so much that I wanted to share and write that we had to finally make it a book.
I'm pretty sure we're going to be back with the Tara Sharma Show Season 6. Hi, and welcome to the season finale of the Tara Sharma Show Season 5. I have to admit, it's been an amazing, incredible season. Fantastic guests, such inspirational stories, superseded all my expectations. So thank you, all of you, the guests who've come, and of course, all of you, our audience, our viewers. You are the ones who make this show possible. It is your comments and feedback on the Tara Sharma Show YouTube channel and on all our social media platforms that have really encouraged me. So thank you. As this show is all about discussing topical family issues with a view to bringing about positive change, here are some of the inspirational moments from the Tara Sharma Show Season 5. I have to say that the video I watched of you and your mom, it really got me very emotional, where your mom said that, you looked at a Nike store and said at a young age that, I want that. And she, at that time, couldn't afford that. And you said, don't worry, one day I'll buy those and more.
Yes.
And so how do you feel now that you're able to do that? And how does she feel?
So when you're a kid, obviously you get fascinated by shoes, and that time, because of financial troubles, we couldn't buy all of these things. But somehow, I don't know, when I was a kid, I always felt that when I'll become big, I'll be big, I'll do something in life. I had no idea what I would do, but as a youngster, you always think that once you grow up, you'll be a big man.
Yeah.
So I just, out of that, I told my mother that, don't worry, when I'll be big, I'll go to any other store in the world and I can take whatever I want. Nowadays, I've got so many shoes that I don't have enough space in my house, but those incidents remind me of the things that I have today, and I'm very grateful of the things that I have, so I can value them when I have it right now.
That's really amazing, and it honestly shows a great upbringing that your mom's really instilled those values in you. Now, coming to last year, and another thing that I've read in, researching you is how you say that you don't want cancer survivor to be a badge that you carry around everywhere. And I think that's such a great statement, because I think one tends to forget, in knowing that someone's overcome something so big, you don't want that to define you. There's so much to you. I would like to just know a little bit, whatever you're comfortable to share, on how you felt, how you came to know that was what was happening.
Well, it was definitely a shock.
Yeah.
I mean, most unexpected. I was definitely one of those who always said that this is not going to happen to me. Yeah, it happens to somebody. So you really don't expect that to happen to you or to anybody close to you also, and forget yourself. So also, I think what happened was that by the time we came to know, it was pretty late. I was at 4th stage and it had spread all over. With the shock, there was the scare, and that whole process was, there was just no time to think. It was like we needed to move and take an action at once.
Yeah.
So my husband was very clear he wanted to take me out, and I was just not ready. I didn't want to leave home and, my child and my dog and everything and go. And I didn't know when I would be coming back, if I was coming back, what was going to be the thing. It was just so up in the air, everything. Yeah. I had a few of my friends whom I had called and my team, and I just told them that, look, this is what has happened. Because obviously I was in the middle of a shoot at that point of time. And maybe initially, at the first moment, I thought that, it could be a smaller process and we could finish it and come back. But the next day and the day after, as we did more tests, we realized that it had spread everywhere. And once I came face to face with the fact that it was 4th stage, literally we were out in 4 days.
I remember that. I remember reading it, and then you were...
Yeah, I remember having this argument with him all through our flight and when we landed there and everything. And, I went there, and when the doctor just told me the way it was. My doctor told me 30% chance of survival kind of a zone, and they were very blunt about it. So in that I factored in. I said, you know what, probably they're so scared of getting sued and the whole process is so different that maybe they might exaggerate it. So even if they're saying 30%, maybe it's a 50% chance. But still the odds were pretty like thing, and they were very sure about it. I wanted to sock the doctor at that time. I wanted to just kind of like, whack him and say that what the hell. There was no running away from it. It was there in front of me. I turned around to Goldie and I said, I'm sorry. I fought with you all this while, but I'm so glad you got me here. That was my statement to him. And that night, I think when I sat in that hotel room was the night when it was like, I was beginning to process it. I didn't sleep the whole night. I think I wept, I cried, why me? All those things happened. I was sitting at a window and I remember the sun was rising. And I clicked that picture and I sent it to my friends and said, new day, new beginnings. I'm going to switch on my sunshine. And that's where the hashtag switch on the sunshine started from. And I said, this is it. I'm done with self-pity. It's not going to get me anywhere. If this is it, I accept it. I'm sure there's something for me to learn from here. And let's take it from here. So that's the way it kind of started.
The amazing work you're doing to impact and help so many people. How did you come up with the whole idea of being human, and what initiated it?
So my parents were doing this all along, and their parents before that. So I've not done anything new. I've just channelized that. So we got a charitable trust. It's called Being Human. So people used to come and they used to take money for, their illnesses, and most of the money used to be just, con artists coming and just taking money and going. So the way we deal with this is we do not give a particular individual that money. Now we don't even give him the whole amount of the surgeries. So they go from place to place and they collect that whole money from different charitable trusts as well. And we don't give him the money, we give it to the institution.
The institution,
So we give it to the schools, or we give it to the hospitals.
That's wonderful. That's so amazing. I've read many cases of people who've attributed the fact that their families are okay to you. So it's an amazing accomplishment. And
I hope my life's ambition is that I hope this thing never stops. It just keeps on going and going and going. And, maybe like years down, they would not know even who's the man who started this charitable trust.
Because inclusion immediately implies that you need permission to be
part of something. Every child has their strengths, has their differences, as we do as adults. Kids are actually open to differences. It's when they see people around them react in different ways, or saying that, we need to do it in this particular way, and this child needs to be, like this. That's when the, disability aspect, so to speak, comes in, because then it's limiting this child's participation. It's excluding this child from so many things.
Do you think kids need to choose at a certain age, or do you think they should play all sports till as long as they want to, or do you think at a young age they need to pick one?
See, I don't know the specific age that they need to pick. We see a lot of videos being seen on internet where, you see the kids playing the game, and if you go and ask them, 7 or 8, and we were at 7 or 8, we never held the bat.
But I think that's also very important to say, because I think in this age, there's also a lot more, because there's more awareness, there's also a little bit more perhaps parental pressure and this whole thing of do this class, do that class. But actually, it's nice to hear that, till 9, 10, even 11, you were not like fully, as in you loved it, but it's not like you were doing like 100 classes.
That's what I want to say. When I said never give up or don't let your dreams go away so easily, is because people have actually started playing at the age of 27, 28 also. A lot of, I can only talk about cricket because I know cricket. There's a very famous Australian cricketer, Michael Hussey. He made his Australian debut at when he was 30.
Wow.
And he played for 6-7 years, and he is called Mr. Cricket.
Wow.
This is a good learning for all of us.
Absolutely.
There is no age or number for any sport. You can start whenever you feel like. And of course, I'm sure Hussey must have started playing a lot earlier, but he achieved his dream when he was 30.
Absolutely, that's amazing.
But then see, in 6 years, he made it so big that people started calling him Mr. Cricket.
That's amazing. So after you went to that school and you started winning and winning and winning, and of course then once you started playing professionally, do you feel that you changed a lot as a person, or do you think, because I know you still keep in touch with your childhood friends, and I think that perhaps keeps you quite grounded, and because you've achieved such heights. You're the hitman, the best batsman. So how do you stay grounded?
No, my father always told me, no matter what you do in your life, no matter how far you reach, you have to understand where you came from.
Yeah.
And that is what I keep reminding myself all the time. No matter what I do on the field, what sort of applause you get from the people around you, you just understand where you came from and try and keep reminding yourself every now and then. Automatically, things will fall in place and you will be reminded of what you are as a person.
That's amazing. The funny thing is we all play football and suddenly the dads in our school, rather the kids' dads, they've created a team. So now Rupak, my husband, whether the kids have football or not, he insists on going. I think football as a sport in India, I think you have done so much to honestly make it more and more popular. Tell us a little bit about that, because I know there's always a comparison drawn, right, between cricket and football, and this is a cricket-obsessed nation.
I see my country trying to do well in all the sports.
Absolutely.
As simple as that. We are 1.3 billion people. We have 99 problems, but having people to play different sports is not one of them. At the end of the day, as fans, if Virat does well, if I do well, if Sania does well, if Saina does well, if Leander does well, you'll be happy.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't see and say, okay, he should do well and he shouldn't do well. They're all wearing blue jerseys.
Absolutely.
We're all trying to do good for our nation and for the clubs, whichever clubs we are playing. So sports in general should do well in our country.
Vivek, anything you would say as a message?
The world needs to become more inclusive, I think. People always say you need to accept people. Acceptance is not our call. You just include them.
Absolutely.
They feel accepted automatically. Inclusion is a very, very important thing in today's day and age.
Coming up, so many inspirational and motivating moments on the show with great guests. And it's really flattering because the show has also become a platform where friends have suggested revealing new ventures like Esha Deol Takhtani's new book. My dad always said, don't sit and wait for the phone to ring with an offer. If you want to do something, create it. And I think the kids give you that inspiration and the strength.
It's through the sheer inspiration from my daughters that they turned me into an author.
So many inspirational and motivating moments on the show with great guests. And it's really flattering because the show has also become a platform where friends have suggested revealing new ventures like Esha Deol Takhtani's new book. Today I'm sitting with a gorgeous actress who's also the daughter of two legendary superstars. She's an amazing mummy to her two little girls, and she's now an amazing author. And I'm so flattered and touched that she's actually done the reveal of her book cover on the Tara Sharma Show. So we have the beautiful Esha Deol Takhtani. And I stressed Esha and not Isha because she doesn't like it when anyone messes it up. So it's Esha Deol Takhtani.
You've always said my name correct.
Thank you,
Thank
Esha.
you for the book reveal.
Thank you for being here, rather for me being at your place to do this chat.
Always a pleasure.
Firstly, a huge congrats.
Thank
I'm
you.
really looking forward to Amma Mia.
Yes.
And as mamas who are Mama Mias,
I
have to say that I am a really bad cook and I can't cook to save my life, and my kids will vouch for the fact that I won't say toast is as far as I go, but not much more. So tell me a little bit about how this all started. And
I also was like you at one point where I didn't know whether a potato should be boiled or fried.
Yeah.
And I think love made me cook. So let me say Bharat, my husband, was the inspiration who got me into the kitchen, which was literally like a mock-up kitchen I had at home, and my oven, and had this really fancy Smeg oven and all that. And I used to store gifts and shoes and stuff like that in that. I never used it. So this Prince Charming of mine came along, and then I said, let me try my hand. And I started slowly. And it's been a wonderful journey with me and food. And I can vouch for the fact that he's never had a bad tummy till date.
Wow, I have to say that's amazing. In our family, Rupak has been the one who was inspired by me. So he's the one who cooks very well.
Sweet. Either one, of us should know cooking. So that's very important.
That's true. And I think, so I'm really looking forward to checking out the recipes. But if you had to pick one, like your favorite, which one would it be?
I think, I can't particularly pick one favorite because I've had a long journey with all these recipes with my kids. Particularly with Radhya, because it was when she just started, moving from liquid soups to solids, and in the middle the mashed food, that's when I started discovering all these kind of recipes. I'll be a little biased and incline myself more towards the South Indian recipes in the book, because I think South Indian food is extremely healthy. I, as a child, grew up eating idli sambar every day.
Yum.
Okay, and I think it's great. So my book has like, you have your sweet pongal. Then my book has, appam. We have a different twist to idli. We have a vegetable idli recipe.
Wow.
So there are stuff like that also, which we've twisted certain things which the kids enjoy eating. I've experienced it with my daughter. I just wanted all the mothers, I just wanted to share them and give everything in one book. Yeah. And also my experiences of whatever I went through, or whatever we go through for the first year as a first-time mother. That first year is, I think, one of the most important years in any woman's life. All the laughter, the joy, at the same time, there's so much of drama.
Absolutely. So I was actually saying that I'm so touched that you asked me to come, because, to be honest, time flies.
Yes.
And I can't believe Aza now 8 and 10,
Lovely.
because it feels like yesterday that it was the first year.
Yes.
And I remember at that time, there's so many emotions, incredible joy and love, and, infinite love, of course. But also like, oh my God, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I do that?
That question that comes to us for every second, third thing, in spite of knowing that, before the baby comes, we also prepare ourselves and I'll be great. But there are moments where you don't know what to do, and those are the moments I have described of what I went through in my book.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of moms out there who will go through those moments, or who are going through them. So it's just like a helping hand to them, and I've gone through it, and you can go through it too.
Absolutely. And I think one of the most, at least for me, one thing that I've really discovered through interacting with mums on the show, and dads and people, is there's a lot of each to their own. So what works for one person may or may not work for someone else, but sharing and helping each other is always welcome.
And I think, like you said, what works for one may not work for the other. And that especially happens when you have a lot of people giving their opinions and ways of how to handle your kid. So that happened with me as well, and I decided that there's nothing better than your motherly instinct.
Absolutely, yes.
It's your motherly instinct for your child, and there should be nothing in between that.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that you're the best parents to your own kids, just like everyone is to their own kids. Having said that, those few people that you really trust, like your doctor, those few people, and your own mom, perhaps, you really listen to. So talking about the journey also from actress, and you're always an actress. So I'm the first one to say that when people say, oh, after babies, then what about work? I actually believe that kids make you reinvent and actually discover new careers.
Absolutely.
So what would you say about reinvention?
I mean, for me, my dance and acting are always part of my life. I really had no idea about something like this coming my way ever. And I think it's through the sheer inspiration from my daughters that they turned me into an author, because I had so much that I wanted to share and write that we had to finally make it a book.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think we were talking about this earlier.
Yes.
My dad always said, don't sit and wait for the phone to ring with an offer. If you want to do something, create it. And I think the kids give you that inspiration and the strength. And also, I do think, as much as it's cliched, once you're a mom, you're a multitasking genius.
Totally.
You can be writing and picking up
just something that happens, right? I totally agree with you.
And a supportive spouse. So I know Bharat
supportive spouse, and they also have their tantrums like a kid. So it's like literally I have 3 kids at home.
Yeah, but has Bharat been very supportive?
Extremely.
Of everything?
He's a wonderful rock. Rock.
Yeah,
he's
and
my
your
rock.
parents?
He's my best friend, and both his parents, my parents, they are very non-interfering. So that was, in a way, nice. We could make our choices on our own as a couple. And at the same time, whenever we need their help and support, they are there for us.
Yeah, that's amazing. So honestly, I could just keep chatting, but I have to, of course, this is going to be a small thing. We're going to have a longer version once the book is out, so we can actually talk about details of the book. But thank you, Aisha, for sharing happiness.
You're welcome. Oh God, what is this?
It's a very heavy gift for you.
I love. I'm already
actually, you know, these Hershey syrups, they're very cool to actually make some stuff.
Yes,
with
for the
your
kids
recipes.
also, and I think it's going to be Bharat and me also binging it during the night.
Yeah, and if
we
you're
love
not
having
eating
chocolate
it,
in the middle of the night.
like that.
Absolutely, this is lovely. What a surprise!
So let's put it
Thank
down.
you.
Thank you. Thanks, Aisha, and congrats again on Amami.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ta-da-da-da-da. So my dad's advice really inspired me to begin my show, which actually began as my blog diary from over 10 years ago. Here's a flashback from season 2. No matter what region, religion, or culture we are from, we all share one common emotion, and that is the love we have for our children. This is what I experienced when our first child, Zen, was born. This incredible journey of being a mom, I started writing in my blog. Then I had an idea to bring alive my experiences of bringing up Zen through a television show, in which, with our son Zen, we explored a new world. We explored new places through a child's eyes. We made every moment precious, with loads of fun, loads of adventure, and chats with some special people. Through social networks and our show, we became a big family. We shared experiences with each other on our digital platforms. And on this journey, we moved ahead together. This is the second milestone of this journey, Season 2. And this time, with Zen, we also have our younger son, Kai. And all our episodes, including these from the Diaries of the New Mom seasons, are all on the Tara Sharma Show YouTube channel. Coming up,
I was very naughty in class, but I was a teacher's pet. So when teacher was out, I was making dirty jokes. I was like grabbing boys and kissing them. Yeah, it was terrible.
I also bowl boomerang.
Show me. Yes, yeah.
As you know, the show is all about bringing about positive change and having meaningful conversations without being a martyr. But there are also lots of fun, light-hearted moments too. And here are a few. So as a kid, were you a naughty kid? Were you a conforming kid? What kind of kid were you?
I was a very clever kid because I would know where to conform and where to be naughty. And I was very naughty in class, but I was a teacher's pet. So when teacher was out, I was making dirty jokes. I was like grabbing boys and kissing them. Yeah, it was terrible.
Really?
Yeah, and you know how boys have that phase right before they get like puberty, where they hate girls. So I would find it really fun to go and chase them and like try to kiss them and stuff. And they'd be like, "Oh, we'll get girl disease." And then back at home, my mother was a disciplinarian, so I was very quiet, very different at home. So yeah, I think boarding school, like rowdy kid, and then back home, like quiet, good, reading kid.
Do you want to do a little quick bowling, batting, something, and then?
I bowl in many styles, so this is my normal bowling.
Wow. It's a very good action.
And he was bowling there, but the batsman was sitting here. But
he was just showing me his bowling action.
Yeah, he was showing you. Now?
You have a very good bowling action.
And I also bowl boomerang.
Show me. Yes, yeah.
And do you find that now that you are married to someone from I have to ask you what his name is. Of course, I know he's Mahesh Bhupati, but I want you to say what his real name is because I don't think anyone knows this.
Yeah, so I'll let you in on a secret.
Yes.
If Mahesh sees this show, he's going to kill me.
Yeah, but we're not
But like I said,
this.
Mahesh is like his third name.
Yeah.
So his whole name is Chinnagandham Srinivas Mahesh Bhupati. That very few people know.
You have to say that again. Say that again. Say that again slowly.
So Chinnagandham Srinivas.
Chinnagandham
Srinivas Mahesh Bhupati.
Chinnagandham, okay, I'm 100% going to greet him like that when I next see him.
In the South, they have a tradition of putting your father's village's name that's attached to your father's name and, all of that. And then that kind of gets carried down.
Yeah.
So everybody, the whole world knows Mahesh as Mahesh Bhupati or as Hesh.
No, that's wonderful. Not to be at all honestly judgmental about a name. I think it's an amazing name. It's a beautiful name. I'm very politically correct about things.
I was just 100% sure. I didn't want Saira known as Chinnagandham Srinivas Mahesh Saira Bhupati.
So you, of course, are also the daughter of a football legend. So did you grow up playing football or was it encouraged for you as well?
I honestly didn't grow up playing football, but I was watching football from a very beginning and that's how we met.
How did you meet?
So,
be honest, huh?
He actually was playing for Mohun Bagan and my dad was the coach then.
Yes.
And I stole his number from my dad's mobile. So that's how it happened.
Kids watching at home, don't do this.
Look what it's led to. It's an amazing union. So why not? And of course, all of you, our audience, our viewers, you are the ones who make this show possible. It is your comments and feedback on the Tara Sharma Show YouTube channel and on all our social media platforms that have really encouraged me. So thank you. I'm so grateful for all the shares and retweets like from Mr. Bachchan, Sonali, Chetri, so many. Thank you all. So it's a bittersweet moment to be saying bye on the Tara Sharma Show Season 5. Woo, woo!
Wow. It's a very good action.
Stay out of trouble.
But I'm going to focus on the sweet part because I'm pretty sure we're going to be back with the Tara Sharma Show Season 6 soon. And being a multi-platform show, the show lives on all our digital platforms. So please subscribe to the Tara Sharma Show YouTube channel and all our social media platforms below. And also a huge thank you because it's comments on these platforms, YouTube specifically, that have really encouraged me when things have been tough. So please guys, check them out and here are a few of those comments. I'm so touched by the amazing feedback. It's a bit embarrassing to read some out because I don't mean to self-praise. But thank you all. These really have encouraged me, so I can't help sharing a few. Like, for example, this. Great episode. I loved it so much. Nicely interviewed by you, as usual. You are awesome and a genius who came up with such an interesting concept, Tara ma'am. Thank you so much, Anshul. And this, the Tara Sharma Show reminds us that we too have an outstanding and intelligent interviewer of a David Letterman or Jimmy Fallon class in our country. Plus, she's so impeccably dressed. Wow, Dark Phoenix, thank you. My gesture is a really great show, showcasing awesome human ethics and emotions. Kudos to you, Tara Sharma ji. Keep doing inspiring episodes. Thank you so much, Sai. And this from Soni Razdan, who forwarded a message from Mahesh Bhatt. Was a great show. Mahesh wants me to tell you that you made the show, and I agree. By your sincerity, which was visible in your body, your listening gave the show the depth, and that's why it resonated. Thank you so much, Bhatt Saab. A huge thanks for all your amazing comments. And for those who say I communicate or interview well, I have to say a huge thanks to my dad, Pratap Sharma, who tragically passed away some years ago. But Daddy was known for his voice and communication skills. And I think perhaps all I know about communicating and interviewing comes from him. So Daddy, I hope you're smiling from up above. Of course, I have a long, long way to go and this is just the beginning. And of course, I'm open to criticism too. But thank you all for the encouragement. Also, a huge thank you to all our sponsors who've made this possible. Hershey's, Byju's, Blue Star this season, and in the past, several other sponsors too. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Bang Bang. Thank you, the co-producer of our kids and our show, my husband, Rupak. Thank you, the inspiration behind it all, our kids. Thank you, amazing team TSS, Ishita, and everyone else. Thank you all so much. And thank you, our viewers. You are the reason that we make this show, and you are the reason it is our show. So keep interacting and keep telling me what you'd like to see, and I hope to bring it to you. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra.